is assuring the residents of St. Anne that the municipality is committed to protecting lives, safeguarding communities, and strengthening the resilience of the parish.
We expect that there is going to be dislocation, but what we're looking to do is minimize the dislocation as best we can and preserve life, property, and our people.
Chairman of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation and Mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Councillor Michael Belnavis. Thank you for listening. I'm Anjui James Sawyer.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica, we have been tested before, and every time we rise. Together, we will rebuild stronger, safer, and united. Hope lives here. The time by the office of the Prime Minister is...
It's 5 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. It is Thursday, June 25, 2026. It's payday. Good morning to you. If you're listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, or 90.9, thank you so much for joining us on your radio. We appreciate your company there. If you are listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. It's NNN Radio Live. NNN Radio Live. That's where you can find us on YouTube. Let me say good morning to those who have already joined us in the YouTube chat. Marlene Russell, top of the morning to you. MS, good morning. I'm also seeing in the chat Marigold Weber, top of the morning to you. Madam Marigold. Monica Hunter, good morning. Otis Bennett, top of the morning to you. Grace Price, good morning. Elvis White, top of the morning to you as well. And all the others in the YouTube chat. If you are commenting this morning, good morning to you. If you are not commenting but you're watching, good morning. If you're listening from our mobile app or website, good morning to you as well. Thank you all for making it Nationwide 90 FM this morning. If you're watching on YouTube, you can tell. If you're listening on the radio, you may be able to tell. But we are outside again. This time we are in Westmoreland. So yesterday we were in St. James. Today we're in Westmoreland. And we're in Darliston at the Darliston Holiness Christian Church, and we're here with the Social Development Commission again for the final stop of the Community Church Cleanup Restoration Initiative. This is the final grant handover ceremony. Remember, the government is using $75 million in total to help churches across the 5 most affected parishes after Hurricane Melissa. And we heard an announcement that the government or the Ministry of Local Government is seeking to get an additional $50 million to assist churches in other parishes. So we look forward to that as well. But it's the Consumer Hour from 9 to 10, and this morning we have an Inside Banking with NCB.
The hour from 9 to 10 a.m. is brought to you by National Commercial Bank, empowering people, unlocking dreams, building community.
And you know, when NCB is in the house, it's always a jam-packed show full of information, full of excitement, full of things for you to learn about NCB. You'll hear some things you probably didn't know before, or we'll refresh your memory on some things that you would have heard of before. We're going to kick things off with Mr. Damian Rickards. He is Product Development Officer at NCB. He's going to talk to us about the IPOS. Good morning to you, Mr. Ricketts.
Morning, Norgay. How are you?
I am doing good. I'm in Darlington and it's not hot, so I'm giving God thanks.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
All right. So, NCB IPOS. Talk to us about what it is and how it operates.
Right. So NCB IPOS, or Integrated Point of Sale Solution, it's a fully integrated payment solution that connects NCB's payment processing directly into a business's operational systems. So it helps business operate faster, smarter, and more efficiently.
All right. So this is now different from MPOS and EPOS. Talk to us about the difference and why NCB is introducing this at this time.
Yeah, no problem. So this is actually more of a enhancement of our existing payment solution. So many listeners would be familiar with our MPOS or regular POS terminals or EPOS. What this now does, it allows the POS to connect directly to the merchant system. So essentially what that means is rather than inputting a payment amount on the POS terminal itself, because the systems would be connected, so say for example if it is in the case of a supermarket, the same system that is used to scan the goods and manage the inventory, it would send that payment amount to the point of sale terminal, and once that transaction is complete, it reports a successful transaction back to the inventory system.
So when you go... Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So it reduces the manual entry, improves transaction accuracy, and simplifies reconciliation and reporting.
Ah, very nice. So when you go to the supermarket and you buy all your stuff and it comes up to $25,500, they don't have to take the machine and put in the $25,500. It's already connected to the supermarket system, so it just goes right through.
Exactly. So it helps to reduce the manual entry error.
Yes.
Sometimes, the payment amount may be incorrect, and improve the speed of transaction because it removes that step from having to be done.
Good. So it prevents them from accidentally putting in $250,000 or $2,500 when it's supposed to be right. Wonderful. All right. So talk to us about the types of businesses this would be most effective for.
Right. So really and truly, it is effective for all businesses across a wide range of environments, including traditional checkouts, kiosks, and self-service platforms. So for the integrated point of sale solution, any business who has a business or inventory system and is looking to increase their efficiency and customer service, I would recommend it to them. So
awesome.
How that would work is whatever existing systems or any merchants who are looking to implement a new system, we can work together to have it implemented for them.
Okay, and since it works directly with your internal system, you would have to have some kind of, I don't know, what infrastructure would you need to ensure that you have within your business for the IPOS to work?
Right. So for businesses that are operating systems, like any checkout system, for example, typically they would also be working with a developer or service provider that gives them the system for checkout. So NCB would work directly with that service provider to ensure that the payments can be connected to their business systems.
And are there any local businesses that have started to use the IPOS?
Yes, so we do have multiple businesses using the IPOS. Two examples of industries that I can speak on that is being used in prevalently is the travel industry as well as the quick service food industry. So for the travel industry, most notably it is being used at the Trans-Jamaica Highway for faster checkouts at the tolls, and for the quick service food industry, it's being used at KFC with a self-serve checkout kiosk. So it allows KFC to process more transactions by having multiple options of card payment acceptance.
I have interacted with those self-serve kiosks, and I must say it has made the process a little quicker indeed. For other merchants who are interested in the IPOS, they want to get on board with the system. How do they go about doing that?
So for any existing merchants, you can reach out to your existing sales and relationship officer. If you're a non-NCB customer and like to be an NCB customer, or if you're a service provider who may be helping or providing a service to merchants for their business system, you can reach out to businesssolutions@jncb.com or our merchant support line at 876-935-2600. So that's businesssolutions@jncb.com or our phone line at 876-935-2600.
All right. That's the email address or number to call if you are a merchant and interested in getting the IPOS on into your system. Thank you so much, Mr. Rickards, for joining us this morning. Have a good day.
Thank you, Norris.
All right, that was Damian Rickards. He's Product Development Officer at NCB, talking to us about the NCB IPOS. It's the integrated payment, fully integrated payment solution that connects payment processing directly to a business's operational system. So you don't have to go now and punch in the amount on the machine that the person is supposed to pay. It goes directly through, and so it removes, most importantly, I think, the errors that can occur when inputting the amount to be paid. So wonderful stuff happening with NCB, and if you are an NCB customer, get on board. If not, be an NCB customer, go on and become an NCB customer, and then get on board with the IPOS. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we have more Inside Banking with NCB.
Excerpt from Minister Desmond McKenzie's sectoral presentation, brought to you by the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development.
A critical feature of the new building code is that buildings are to be constructed to withstand Category 5 hurricanes. Municipal corporations will be strengthened. There will be stronger enforcement powers, mandatory compliance checks, and stricter penalties for illegal construction, especially in high-risk zones.
Excerpt from Minister Desmond McKenzie's sectoral presentation, brought to you by the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development.
This is Nationwide's World Cup Team Profile.
Brought to you by Digicel. Powered by you, connected by us.
Morocco, the current African champions. They have a distinguished FIFA World Cup history, highlighted by their historic 2022 run in Qatar, where they reached the semi-finals of the tournament, becoming the first African and Arab nation so to do. With 7 appearances under their belt, 1970 to 2026, they have a legacy of being the first African team to win a group, 1986, and will co-host the 2023 World Cup. Morocco, one of the 48 teams, will be participating at the FIFA World Cup finals, and you can follow their progress right here on Nationwide 90 FM, who will have extended live coverage of the greatest show on earth.
That was Nationwide's World Cup Team Profile.
Brought to you by Digicel. Powered by you, connected by us.
This station raised me. It gave me a voice. And if Nationwide has ever meant something to you, come on in. Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club today on Patreon.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. We're coming to you live from the Darliston Holiness Christian Church in Westmoreland. We're here with the SDC for the final stop of the Community Church Cleanup Restoration Initiative handover ceremonies. This is the final handover ceremony for the parish of Westmoreland. Some churches in the parish will receive their grants today, but we're still inside the Consumer Hour and we're still inside banking with NCB. And so we're going to continue the program with the Programs Delivery Officer in Payment Services, Laurie White. We're going to talk about Switch, Save, Scale. Good morning to you, Laurie.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Switch, Save, Scale. What is this?
All right. So Switch, Save, Scale, right, is our balance transfer promotion. Basically, we've looked in the space and business owners are constantly looking and asking for initiatives to help them better manage their cash flow, reduce financing costs, and create more room to grow. So that's what the Switch, Save, and Scale campaign is designed to do. So basically, business customers are able to transfer their existing balances from another financial institution at an 18% promotional rate for 6 months.
All right, say that again. Walk me through it. How it works now. So I am a business owner. I have my business account with Red Bank, right? What do I do now to benefit from this promotion?
Right. So all you have to do is visit the website, which is Balance Transfer Biz. So jcb.com/balance transfer biz, and then you basically submit your application. What it does for you is that it allows you to transfer your balance, so you get a reduced financing rate for 6 months.
And what is a reduced financing rate?
So that's 18% for 6 months.
18%. Break it down for me. When you say a reduced financing rate, what does that do? Is that the interest rate? Is that the what is that? What is that 18%?
So if a business, like you said before, is currently paying an interest rate of, let's say, 36% or 41%, because that's the typical rates or more. Moving that balance to NCB, so you become a new NCB. If you're a new customer, so you don't have an NCB credit card, so you'll be new to NCB, you'll be able to bring that balance over to NCB, so an NCB credit card, at an interest rate of 18% for 6 months.
I see. So it's like switching your SIM and keeping your number. I see what you did there, NCB. I see what you did there. Okay. So well, that's pretty impressive then, because if you can basically just lift your money, carry it somewhere else, and for cheaper.
Right.
Essentially. All right. Yeah. So how does the buy now, pay later feature support the cash flow management for businesses?
All right. So basically, business doesn't stop after a balance transfer, right? You still need to buy inventory. You still need to pay taxes. You still need to replace equipment. You still need to cover operational expenses. So that's where FlexiPay is coming, right? So it is a buy now, pay later solution, and it allows the customers who would have transferred their balance over to make qualifying purchases that can be converted into a monthly installment plan at 0% for 3 months. So we're giving businesses even more flexibility to spread payments while preserving cash flow for other priorities.
Okay. And the NCB business credit card, talk to us about the types of expenses that can be financed using the NCB business card.
All right. So basically, the card can be used for any expense, right? So it could be inventory purchases, it could be supplier payments, it could be tax payments, it could be utilities, fuel, marketing, subscriptions, the list can be long. So rather than seeing the business credit card as simply a payment tool, we always encourage businesses to think of it more as a flexible working capital solution that supports their day-to-day operations. You're basically using it for everything that you do, daily within your business.
Nice. And for those who are thinking about it, they are banking somewhere else at the moment for their business, and they're hearing you and they're thinking about it. What are the eligibility criteria for businesses? Is there anything that can disqualify me as a business owner from benefiting from this campaign?
So, of course, we'll have to assess the customer. It is due to assessment. So, once they share the documents required, so, for example, your last 6-month statements, etc., we'll have to review it. And, of course, reviews on a case-by-case basis. No two businesses are the same. So, we'll have to take a deeper assessment and determine eligibility based on that.
Okay. And tell us, I see here you have Score Big with Switch, Save, and Scale. How can business owners score big with this part of the campaign?
Right. So it's basically allowing them to scale their business, right? So we want business customers to be able to reinvest in their business with the savings. So whatever the difference is, they can always apply that to any aspirations or priorities that they have over 2 business quarters, because you have 6 months of savings that you can make work for you.
Awesome. And finally, for those business owners listening right now, wondering if they can come on over to NCB and benefit from this Switch, Save, and Scale campaign, talk to them. They're still holding on to their credit card from the other bank, and they're saying, should I?
Well, I'd encourage them to ask themselves one simple question. What could a lower interest rate do for my business? If reducing your financing costs means having more money to invest in inventory, pay suppliers, launch a marketing campaign, purchasing equipment, or just strengthen your cash flow management, then this opportunity is worth exploring.
All right. Well, there you have it. If you want to benefit from an 18% promotional rate, Switch, Save, and Scale. Is there anything else you want to tell those business owners who are listening right now about the Switch, Save, and Scale before we go?
For sure. So I'd encourage them to visit jncb.com/balance transfer biz, and it's very user friendly. They can also visit an NCB branch. They can speak to a business banker, relationship manager, or they can even email us at balancetransferbiz@jncb.com. We're ready. We're willing to walk them through to just connect with them in that way. So be encouraged to reach out.
All right. Thank you so much, Laurie, for joining us this morning. And I look forward to all the calls that are going to come in after this interview. All right? All the best with the work you will have to do. All right. That was Laurie White. You too. Laurie White, Programs Delivery Officer in Payment Services at NCB, talking to us there about the Switch, Save, and Scale promotion, where business owners, MSMEs can essentially take their balance from another institution, move it over to NCB, and benefit from an interest rate of 18% for 6 months. You can really benefit from some savings there. So that's what's happening at NCB business owners. There's lots for you. So if you are not yet an NCB customer, do go over and benefit from that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we have more Inside Banking with NCB.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:30.
This is Nationwide's World Cup Player Profile, brought to you by Century 21 for everything real estate.
At 41 years old, Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo still has a huge appetite for silverware. He heads to the FIFA World Cup for a record equaling 6th time, still searching for the only major trophy missing from his glittering collection. In the recently concluded Saudi League, Ronaldo led Al Nassr to the domestic title and now has his sights set on capturing the highly coveted FIFA World Cup trophy. Despite his brilliance in front of goal, Ronaldo has remarkably failed to score or laid on an assist in 8 knockout games in his 5 World Cup appearances. Ronaldo has a record 143 goals at the international level and will look to use that pedigree to help spur Portugal to their first World Cup title.
That was Nationwide's World Cup Player Profile, brought to you by Century 21 for everything real estate.
When a big match, bucket for the crew. When a big match is a big deal too. A KFC when we link up for the big match. When it's time for the big match, we grab a big deal. Big bucket time, my side on the field. It's always KFC. Oh, 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 oh.
Enjoy the biggest party in sports with KFC. Get a big deal or big bucket for the big match and cheer on your team. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Growing up, Sunday dinner was always family dinner.
Families are built on memories and traditions. But with a Sagicor Bank intergenerational mortgage, you can create more. Partner with any family member to purchase a home. Mummy, son, sister, cousin. Get up to 45 years to repay, solar funding, and a $2 million line of credit. Sagicor Bank's intergenerational mortgage makes home ownership easier. Visit sagicor.com to apply today. Conditions apply.
Mark your calendar for Thursday, June 25 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Cliff Hughes Online will broadcast live from the Darliston Holiness Christian Church in Darliston, Westmoreland. That's where the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development and the Social Development Commission will make their 4th stop to officially hand over grants to 99 churches in Westmoreland as part of the government's $75 million Community Church Cleanup and Restoration Initiative launched after Hurricane Melissa. In total, this initiative will benefit 420 churches across St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, and Hanover. So tune into Cliff Hughes Online Thursday, June 25 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Community Church Cleanup and Restoration Initiative Grant Ceremony. Catch this and so much more on our YouTube channel at NNN Live Radio, or keep your stations locked to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Hear my cry, oh Lord, attend unto my prayer.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton. We are in Darliston, Westmoreland at the Darliston Holiness Christian Church for the SDC's Community Church Cleanup and Restoration Initiative. It's the grant handover ceremony for Westmoreland, and churches across the entire parish will be receiving grants here today to assist them with the restoration efforts post-Hurricane Melissa. Of course, much more on that later on during Cliff Hughes Online, but we are still inside banking with NCB, and we are gonna switch gears now to speak with the director of the NCB Foundation, Miss Belinda Williams, about the NCB Foundation Scholarships and Grants 2026. Can't believe we're back here again already. Good morning to you, Miss Williams.
Morning, Nora. Morning to your listeners and your viewers as well. And yes, it seems only like yesterday that we spoke about this. My time really flies.
And I think
Yes,
we're
it
having
does.
some fun.
Awesome. Yes, yes, indeed. All right. So, for those who are not aware, I don't know how they wouldn't be, but it's okay. We'll let them know. Talk to us about the NCB Foundation Scholarship and Grants Program. How many years have you been doing this, and how you've been helping students over the years?
Well, I can tell you that, again, we can start by going far back as to 2003, when we would have initiated and started the NCB Foundation. One of the challenge that was positioned to us was that our chairman said he wanted something to help and recognize students that were in need. And so education was something that we landed on right off the bat. We decided to play at the level of the tertiary scholarships, because if you were to look at a triangle and flip the pyramid, you would see that at the top of it is where everybody is going, but at the base is what is something that is universal and should be accessible. But as persons go through the round, you leave basic school, you leave primary school, you leave high school, and you're going into tertiary, you do have those that have the academic prowess, but they fall short because they don't have the financial backing to take them into tertiary. So we decided to play there, and we decided to do it in a fundamental way. And so for over a number of years we have been doing that, and I can tell you that since then we would have actually awarded multiple scholarships and have numerous scholars. One of the things that we have is almost $1.5 billion that would have been invested in scholarships right now, and we have a number of scholars. Don't know the exact numbers yet, but I should tell you in a little bit. But every year we do this, $1.5 billion in education since 2008, and we have invested in a number of this for students. Every year we look out and we give at least 14 scholarships. This year we're giving $35 million via 17 new scholarships and 44 renewals. Now, Nora, something that I must say to you and the listeners is the fact that when we give a scholarship, the students don't worry for the duration of their studies. We just say to them, go to school, do well, give us the GPA that we require and that you require in order to advance, and we will pay your tuition every year. Now, tuition runs in 3 forms, I should tell you. The first, we have persons who can get grants and persons who can get scholarships. The scholarships that we're giving are ones that come out to book grants between $15,000 and $25,000 for primary and secondary school students. Tertiary persons get grants valued at $150,000, but for our scholars, we give scholarships that run from the value of 150. Is it 150 to 400 to 700,000 Jamaican dollars? That's the value of the scholarship. 400 to 700, and this is paid annually to the students. And so you can see that it really helps persons and put their minds at ease. And that's one of the reasons why our scholars do so well and can really advance, because they don't have to worry about where their next school fee and payment is coming from. And we also have something called our Dr. Rickard Allen Scholarship, and it's valued at $600,000, and this is for the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean at UCC, and this one was done because Rickard Allen is a former executive of NCB who believed also in education, and based on his work at the UCC, we decided to do something special in his honor and at that university for a student studying there. So these are some of the things that we have been doing over time, and I'm really proud of the work that we would have done, and we are focusing on STEM and digital subjects and business subjects. And you can understand why, because we're building up a pool of talent that can be helping us for our future advancement, not only as a nation, but also for us as an institution that needs to be tapping into that talent pool for our resource at the bank. Yes.
Let's talk about the different categories of scholarships and grants that are available this year for students at each level.
So at each level we have grants program, and the grants program, again, as I said, is for persons that are at the primary and high school. And for our scholarships, We're looking for 14 scholars, one from each parish, and then we also have a national scholar. So sometimes we go up to 15 or 16, depending on how the pool is and how aggressive. And let me tell you, one of the things that we're seeing is that these are persons who really have and demonstrate need, and the demonstrated need comes from looking at their household income per household. So we look at and we assess that, and it also looks at what you have been doing and how well-rounded you are in terms of whether or not you are a part of a community group or a civic group that gives back and does volunteerism. And so we have the scholarship, that's one. We have grants program, that's one. And the grants program is formative. And we have a Dr. Richard Allen Scholar. And we have a Governor General's Program of Excellence that we also have a scholarship for that's valued at $300,000 for 2 students. And this is recommended from the Governor General's office. So we work with the Governor General as well in terms of supporting education and advancement.
And I want you to go into some details about the subject areas or the areas that are connected with the scholarships. You are focusing on digital fields and STEM related disciplines. Do you have any kind of listing or any further details about these areas, digital fields, STEM related? What areas are these?
Yes, these are areas that look at computer science. We look at also persons who are getting into the field of fraud investigation. We look at persons who are doing engineering. So all of those in terms of technology, engineering, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, business, and finance. Those are the priority fields that we are aligned with in terms of the development goals. And, technology again, engineering, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, business, and finance. Those are the fields that we finance as a part of our scholarship. And the program goes beyond funding, as I tell you, because for the academic achievement, we have our innovation and digital literacy that we go through the schools and we go through the communities in terms of helping people to understand and to build long-term career goals for success. So we visit the schools and we speak to them about going and looking at those fields. And you know that we do have our CSEC bursary program that also funds those subjects as well. So you see, everything we do is connecting the disparate dots to ensure that we have persons that's working up and advancing towards that.
And CSEC results are not yet out, but the PEP results are out. So I want you to talk a little specifically to those PEP students. Tell them how they can benefit from the NCB grants or scholarships.
Excellent. So as I told you before, we don't do high school, but what we do is the grants that help persons. Right. So if persons have advanced and they're going into their high school now, and their parents are eager and anxious now to get them in, and they have a shortfall, they can also apply, because in their application, what they stand to benefit from are the grants. And the grants for them will see them getting book vouchers that they can use to buy their books or their school utensils and instruments. So you need bags, you need shoes. Trust me, apply for the thing, you'll get it, because you'll be eligible. And when you get the grants, what you're going to be getting are grants that are valued at $150,000. Sorry, it's valued at $15,000 to $25,000 for primary to secondary school students. $150 is for the grants that are for the persons that are at tertiary level. So they can apply for the book grants, and remember, book grants also look at your instruments. So if you don't have your calculator, you don't have the geometry set, you don't have your T-square, everything, you can apply for it. You are eligible for $15,000 up to $25,000, and that can help you and your parents to ease the burden going into high school come September morning.
All right, we are going to take a break shortly, and when we come back, I want us to go now into the application process. What that looks like, what you have to do when applications are open, if they're open already, and some advice to students who may be considering applying for these scholarships and grants, what they need to keep in mind. Just before we go to the break, though, let me share with you, remember, we always have the NCB fraud tips for you, and we don't want to leave them out. So let me just get one in before we go to our commercial break. All right, so tip number 1 for you today. You might receive a text message saying something like, urgent, your account has been restricted. Click this link to fix it. It may look official and even include the bank's name. NCB is telling you that they will never send links asking you to log in or update your account details. If you receive a message like this, do not click the link. If you have already clicked the link, you can report it to NCB at reportfraud@jncb.com so that the team can assist you. That's your fraud tip fraud tip number 1 for today. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we have more Inside Banking with NCB.
This is Nationwide's World Cup Team Profile. Brought to you by the UDC, making development happen. South Africa, Bafana, have qualified for the World Cup on 3 previous occasions. They first did so in 1998, then again in 2002, and they hosted the 2010 tournament. Each time they did not progress beyond the group stage. In 2010, when they became the first African nation to host the World Cup, they were eliminated from a group that had Mexico. This year, South Africa will have the distinction of opening the FIFA World Cup. They'll do so like they did in 2010 against Mexico on June 11. South Africa, one of the 48 countries, will be participating at the FIFA World Cup, and you can follow their progress right here on Nationwide 90 FM. We'll have extended live coverage of the greatest show on earth. That was Nationwide's World Cup Team Profile. Brought to you by the UDC, making development happen.
Hi, I'm Kalila Enriquez Reynolds, and I know a thing or two about smart money moves. Hiring a real estate professional isn't just about houses. It's about hiring someone skilled, competent, and most importantly, licensed. Check with the real estate board before entering into an agreement with a dealer, salesman, or developer. Visit the search register at reb.gov.jm or call the board today at 926-9748-9.
Managing your investments with Sagicor is now easy as ever. You can fund stocks, repos, and do more seamlessly. Even get a clear overview of your portfolio performance on the enhanced Sagicor eBank platform. Want to experience effortless investment banking on Sagicor eBank? It's as easy as ever. Contact your Sagicor Investment Wealth Advisor today and update your personal information for access. Call 888-SAGICOR or visit sagicor.com for more information.
It's on here now. The goalkeeper's beaten.
Football fever is on, and AnyBet's a proud sponsor of Nationwide 90 FM's World Cup coverage is turning the excitement all the way up this Friday, June 26th. Join your favorite station live on location at AnyBet's company-owned store, 7 Halfway Tree Road in Crossroads from 1:30 to 4 p.m. Come for the vibes and stay for the giveaways, the trivia, and interactive games as we celebrate our partnership. Plus, learn more about the Pick Your Play promotion and all your betting options. Don't miss the fun, prizes, and football energy. Powered by AnyBet and Nationwide 90 FM, where every play is your winning play.
good morning, good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton. It's Inside Banking with NCB this morning, and we are speaking with Miss Belinda Williams, Director of the NCB Foundation. It's that time of year again, the NCB Foundation Scholarships and Grants 2026 coming around now, and students can benefit from tertiary grants and scholarships and book grants for other students at the other levels of schooling. Miss Williams, we were talking about the application process. Tell us now how that process, what it entails, and applications. When are they open?
Open now. And one of the things that I'd like persons to do right away, for those that are listening, the neighbors, the aunties, the uncles, the friends, the teachers, and just the students themselves, stay up to date with the latest initiatives and activities for the foundation by following us on Instagram and LinkedIn, and it's NCB Foundation. And once you type that in, you get access, and we ask that you just follow us and stay in tune. Now, applications are open, and I'm inviting persons to go to the NCBscholarships.com. That is NCBscholarships.com, and they can fill out the application there. The scholarship program requires that you be, in order to apply, you must be a Jamaican citizen. You must be no older than 20 years old at the time of application, have been accepted as an accredited undergraduate degree program at a local institution, and you will be enrolled and you must be enrolled as a full-time student.
Okay.
And if you do not already hold and you should not hold an already undergraduate or graduate degree, you must demonstrate strong academic performance. So you should be able to upload those, your last school details and your last school qualifications and your CXCs. And you should also demonstrate financial need. We're going to ask you how many persons are in the family. There are different questions that we use to be able to assess and determine this in terms of the income per household. And you must also have community involvement. And you show proof of volunteerism either at your school, your church, or your service club or community. That is for you to be able to qualify for the scholarship program. For book grants, it's even simpler. All we ask that you do is that you have to be a Jamaican citizen, registered as a full-time student at any accredited institution. This is for your primary or your secondary institution, and you demonstrate strong academic performance and a financial need, and you show proof of volunteerism, because we are trying to encourage persons to help us to give back and pay it forward, because we have to support each other as a community and a part of our corporate social responsibility as individuals. And so those are the requirements for you to be able to apply under the two programs, either the book grant or the scholarship. And again, those information are also on the website.
Right. And this is the same website where you can go to apply, right?
To apply, that is correct.
All right.
So
and repeat the website again.
NCBscholarships.com.
NCBscholarships.com. So for those who are interested, go to the website. The information is there. The eligibility criteria, it's there. Ensure that you qualify. Apply for either a grant if you need it, or the scholarship if you if you qualify for that section. And for those who are listening, some people are skeptical. People doubt themselves. People knock themselves down before they even try. Talk to those students who are listening, or parents who may be thinking about trying to apply for their students, but they aren't sure.
Yeah. So what I would say to them is, as persons who are adults within and across our communities, and whether it be at your church or at your offices, anywhere that you meet or mingle as a community, and you know that one student that has always been, asked you dedicated, showing that and don't even let them doubt themselves. Tell them to go ahead and apply, right?
Yeah.
Because it's only when you apply that and try that you know that you can succeed. One of the things that I can also say is that applications is already open. Every year what we're seeing is that the need gets more and more, and so we have the numbers increasing. And it's not about the numbers for us, it's about the quality of the students, and that also helps to bear in terms of just how much more we can give or how much more we can actually reassess the program when we do so every year to see if whether or not it is impacting, which we know it is impacting, but whether or not we're actually giving enough persons an opportunity. Applications are open. Please, as an aunt, as an uncle, as a friend, as a neighbor, as a community member, as somebody within our different community, whether it be in your church or your offices or your homes, just encourage that student that is graduating come next week or this week. How are you doing? Where are you going come September? Are you ready for school? Remember, NCB Scholarship is there. Go to ncbscholarships.com. Follow NCB on Instagram and LinkedIn and see what they're saying and how they can help you. Have that conversation with them now. This closes on the 19th of July. I don't want anyone to miss it. So please encourage everybody. You'd be surprised that when persons are talking about how they got here, some of the conversations and the stories are so funny, because you will hear somebody say, I wasn't even thinking about it, but my uncle come and say, you are going to apply. Or my neighbor come and said to me, did you hear about the NCB scholarship? So they may not be listening now, but for those persons that are on and listening, please encourage the youngsters to just take a step forward in advancement of their future and apply for the NCB scholarship if it is the case that they know that they don't have the next wherewithal or the resources to advance to tertiary. Don't sit idle. Just apply, and you'll be surprised. Yes, as long as they qualify for and want to go to university to study anything in the field that we have listed, go ahead and apply. That's what I would say.
And I couldn't have said it any better. I'm sure the message would have gotten across to those who are listening. The NCB Foundation Scholarships and Grants Program 2026 applications are open now and will close on July 19. You don't want to miss this opportunity. It's a very good opportunity for students who want to go further but are unable to do so because of financial constraints. The NCB Foundation Scholarship and Grants Program, it's here for you. Go apply. NCBscholarships.com. Go and apply. Thank you so much, Ms. Williams, for joining us this morning, and all the best to yourself and the team as you have the hard task of picking who will get the scholarship.
And that is it. That is going to be a hard task. So that too has another round, but we'll talk about that at another time. But I really want to thank our customers, because it's because of them that we can do good, so that we can do well. Thank you so much.
Indeed. All right. Thank you so much. Do have a good day. That was Belinda Williams. She is director of the NCB Foundation. The NCB Foundation Scholarships and Grants Program 2026 applications are open and will close on July 19. Go and apply. That is all the time we have for Inside Banking with NCB and the Consumer Hour. We are taking our leave now, making way for Cliff Hughes Online, coming to you live from the Darliston Christian Holiness Christian Church in Westmoreland. We're here with the SDC for the final stop, the Community Church Cleanup and Restoration Initiative. It's the grant handover ceremony for the parish of Westmoreland.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
The hour from 9 to 10 a.m. was brought to you by National Commercial Bank, empowering people, unlocking dreams, building community.
Morning after morning, you've made Nationwide 90 FM part of your routine. So let's take this connection one step closer. Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club and be part of it officially on Patreon.
Family.
It through. It's on here now. The goalkeeper's beaten.
Football fever is on, and any bet's a proud sponsor of Nationwide 90 FM's World Cup coverage is turning the